Kingman, Arizona has quite a history, connected with Route 66 as well as railroading and a whole bunch of other things. We're going to check out the town, see what's here today, but we're also going to be talking about the past and looking at what made Kingman what it is, as we talk about Route 66, the railroad, and so much more. Today, Kingman is a bustling small city of 35,000 people, with frequent visitors and tourists looking to see the now well-known stop on Route 66. However, it was not always like this. The earliest of Kingman's recorded modern history was with the Beale Wagon Trail, federally ordered to be built along the 35th parallel in the 1850s. The foundations of a lot of modern-day thruways in Kingman are still built upon that wagon trail. As the railroad came into town and grew in business, Kingman grew with it. In fact, Kingman was named after a railroad surveyor and civil engineer, Louis Kingman, who was working here in the 1880s. Many people coming to Kingman were chasing gold found in the nearby mountains. Kingman had developed itself as quite the little transportation hub. In fact, the transportation industry has always been at the heart of Kingman's economy, and that tradition continues today. Route 66, one of America's most famous and first major U.S. highways, was also built right through the area, connecting Chicago, Illinois, and Santa Monica, California, with one continuous route. This brought a lot of commerce to Kingman and continued to help build up the town's reputation as an important place to stop in the American Southwest. Kingman is one of only a handful of places in America that you can drive down original preserved portions of Route 66. In 1929, Port Kingman was built, which was the first airport in town and a crucial stop on the Transcontinental Air Transport System. It was Arizona's very first commercial airport. At the start of World War II, the Kingman Army Airfield was built, which was one of the nation's largest aerial gunnery training bases. After the war, the airfield became a reclamation site for obsolete and unused military aircraft, and opened for civilian use in 1949. Commercial passenger service ended at the airport in 2012. Today, the airport continues to be used as a private-use airport, as well as a substantial aircraft boneyard, scrapping parts off older mainline aircraft, as well as storing unused aircraft of air carriers from around the world. The airport's terminal also has a great little restaurant that is worth checking out. In the early days, Mohave County's county seat moved around quite a lot. However, in 1887, Kingman became the seat of Mojave County and has been ever since. The history of this is still very visible in Kingman's old downtown. The original jail, built in 1909, although unused now, stands between the 1915 courthouse building and the modern-day courthouse. It is on the National Register of Historic Places, along with about 60 other locations in the historic downtown area. There is also a significant World War I memorial in front of the old courthouse, one of only a handful in the U.S. that honor Native Americans that served. Kingman is also home to the Mojave County Fairgrounds, home to the annual county fair, as well as numerous events including circuses, auctions, and much more. My first touristy stop in Kingman was at the Locomotive Park, which is located just as you were coming into town, right across the road from two of Kingman's museums. The engine here is the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe 3759, a 1928 Baldwin 484 heavy mountain steam locomotive. It was placed in the park after being donated in 1957, following a period of storage after the steam era had come to an end. The caboose was added to the park here in 1987 after being retired and donated to the city as well. The residents of Kingman had to move the locomotive 30 feet forward to make room for the caboose. The park remains a wonderful green space in town and constantly has visitors from around the world taking in the view, a remembrance of the significance of the railroad and Kingman's history. Across the road is the old powerhouse, which is now the Kingman Visitor Center and Route 66 Museum. Inside, there is a great little museum that takes you through the history of Route 66, both broadly and also specifically in relation to travel in Kingman. There are displays about each section of Route 66 through the state of Arizona, what life was like on the roads in the American Southwest from the early years all the way up through today. There is also a nice display of electric-powered vehicles here, including Willie Nelson's Rolls-Royce decorated golf cart, speed test vehicles, Porsche and Tesla electric sports cars, and so much more. Outside, they also have an arch you can drive your car under to show that you have traveled on historic Route 66. Right down the road is the Mojave Museum of History and Arts. Inside is a collection of oil paintings of every American president and First Lady. There are so many displays on local history, including Native American items, household items, transportation items, and write-ups about so many people and events of the area, including Andy Devine, an old Western films actor originally from Kingman, and lots of information on the Doxal explosion of a rail tanker, an internationally studied boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion, a fatal event for many of the volunteer firefighters that showed up to help that day in July of 1973. Memorials for this event are found all over town still today, including one of the high schools whose namesake died that day and whose sports team is the Volunteers, in memory of those that died in service because of the event. The Mojave Museum of History and Arts is quite impressive, honestly. As far as small-town museums go, this is professionally organized, well laid out, and has a large number of artifacts to look at, well beyond many museums in towns of similar size. I highly recommend a stop here. The Bonelli House is another historical site that can be toured in downtown Kingman. Built in 1915, this house is now owned by the city and is open for tours. Except, of course, when I'm in town. It is not open for tours on Saturdays, when I was here. It is a great old house, and I'm sure it has striking stories to tell. I will have to come back sometime when it's open to see what I can find out about it. All of these properties and museums can be accessed with a single $10 ticket that gets you into all three properties, a deal, if you ask me. Farther down Old Route 66 is the Kingman train station, which still has passenger service as a stop on Amtrak's Southwest Chief line twice daily, once in each direction. The depot was built in 1907. Today, it houses the Kingman Railroad Museum, which is mostly made up of model railroad displays. It's only $2 to take a look around the little museum, and it was a fun little walk around to see what was here. It is also a great place to train watch the real trains still flying by the station, more times than I could count each day, all from the comfort of the air-conditioned indoors. Kingman has a fair amount of shopping, restaurants, hotels, and services for a community of its size. I had lunch at Stuff It Burgers, which is where I often eat when passing through Kingman. It's a bit off the beaten path on the north end of town, but worth the extra few miles for a fantastic burger. This little city is well worth a look around and makes for a fantastic stop if you're traveling through on I-40. I love the history here. I love the continued focus on transportation here. I love how there is a passion for future growth and development here, all while preserving and honoring the past. We'll see you next time, somewhere else down the road.